So you guys know how sometimes I get on here and talk about what I've been watching?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You guys, I have been watching The Price is Right, the Barker era.
Okay.
And I have Samsung TV. And so they have like channels where they just play like repeats of shows or different things like that. And so I've been watching like The Price is Right, the Bob Barker era. And literally it is the most entertaining thing I have like seen on TV. Like, I don't know. It's so funny because every time someone comes up on stage, he's like, they're giving him a kiss on his cheek. And he's like, oh, come give me a kiss. And he be saying some off the wall stuff.
Bob Barker?
Yes.
I mean, it was a player before.
This one's been like the 80s though. Like he wasn't doing that in the 90s for real.
No, yeah. I think it was in the 80s when he was airing. But it just was so funny just watching him kind of, you know, he got his wedding ring band on and I just be like, everybody. Oh my, yes. Yeah. I mean, it's funny because you could tell he's like one of those like old men. He was one of those old men who was like, oh, you know, getting away with whatever.
Oh yeah, come on up. You know what time it is.
Exactly. But it's fun, and especially to see the prices that things were back then. But what also fascinates me the most is seeing the brands that were like being promoted then and that are still promoted now. You know, so I thought that was pretty cool.
That was a dope show. I love that show.
Yeah.
I definitely love that show. What's going on? It's your boy DJ 9D. Alongside with me is Keisha, Kel, and we are the Bridge ATL. Before we start, please like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and spread the word, man. We have a lot to talk about. Keisha, if you will, please let them know what we got going on today.
Yes. Okay, so we have a couple of things that we want to talk about. We're going to talk about Keffe D and his involvement with the Tupac murder, because this is something that's been going on for years and it's just resurfacing, you know, years later. So we're going to get into that. We're going to talk about Will and Jada. Okay, we're going to get into
spicy
topic. How, you know, they're talking about, you know, their love for each other and her love for Tupac. So we're going to get into all of that. And we have an artist spotlight, word on the street, and Akeesh done said it. Y'all don't want to miss. So make sure you stay tuned for all of that, okay?
Let's get it.
I would just like to let y'all know the show is brought to you by...
Today's episode of The Bridge ATL was brought to you by Beyond an Unreasonable Doubt, a sci-fi novel written by Modest. It tackles classism and the physiological impact on lower-income communities. The story unfolds as four brothers are being controlled by the super wealthy. Will they find a way out of being controlled? Or will their dreams come to a tragic end? You can find this book on Amazon or click the link below. So go ahead and check it out. Thank you. And now back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Yes, sir. So as what Keisha said, we were going to talk about Keffe D and his whole situation. If y'all don't know, now you know Keffe D was pretty much a part of the whole Tupac murder in Las Vegas in 1996. I believe September 6, 1996. And, you know, he got arrested in September, literally last month on the 29th. And he was pretty much blatantly saying that he was involved with the whole Tupac case, that Orlando Anderson was his nephew. He handed the gun to Orlando Anderson as they pulled up to alongside with Suge driving a BMW and Tupac in the passenger seat. And he said he handed over the gun to Orlando Anderson and Orlando started firing. Back in 96, after the Mike Tyson fight, Tupac and Suge and his whole entourage see Orlando Anderson pretty much in the middle of I believe the MGM casino, and allegedly Orlando Anderson snatched a death row chain for one of his members, and one of Tupac associates pointed him out. Orlando Anderson standing in the middle of the whole casino, blatantly just standing there, and Tupac pretty much charged at them. They jumped him. Tupac went to his hotel, changed his whole uniform and everything like that because he didn't want to get caught up in no legal issues, which is understandable. And they was heading over to, I believe, Club 112 and to perform and everything like that. So once they was driving down the street, everything like that, a white car, I forget what type of car, a white car pulled up beside of them and pretty much let off shots in Tupac and Suge Knight's car, BMW car. And Kiefer D was literally on all platforms, Vlad TV, I believe Say Cheese, I believe that he was on, but he was on many different platforms talking about that incident that night. And he even made jokes about him looking like he was breakdancing in the passenger seat because
how many shots were fired.
Exactly. How many shots was fired.
Disrespectful.
So, yeah, man. So all that to say, you know, with the whole Kiefer D situation, how do y'all feel about just that whole incident? Finally closing the case on just Tupac murder.
If you do a crime, don't go on camera talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, if you're a criminal and you know you're a criminal, don't talk about criminal activities on camera. It makes no sense. You basically, bringing attention to yourself. There's nothing to brag about. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows that to be successful in that kind of thing, you just got to be quiet. I mean, if you feel like, you don't want to go to jail, just be quiet. I mean, everybody's looking, everybody's paying attention. I know Tupac was black, so you might think, oh, they don't care about him. Well, listen, a lot of people do, obviously. So they're going to look for whoever was the murderer. And, that's never going to change. I mean, you gotta be smart when it comes to this kind of stuff. Outside of all of that, Kiefer D, I don't know nothing about him. You would hear about him every now and then, and all signs pointed towards him when it came to the murder. But I would like to get more details about the whole thing to figure out exactly what he did and his involvement. I just Tupac deserves justice, Biggie deserves justice. I feel like I want to find out. My main thing is growing up in California a little bit, was did Diddy have something to do with this? And that's the main thing I want to know. It's I think that's really crucial information that I want to find out. You know what I mean? So. Yeah,
I think for me too, knowing that this happened in 1996, a megastar, like even back then, that was what, 27 years ago? Mm-hmm. Like for this to have been 27 years ago and there was no person that was brought in for for his murder, that is just what gets me, So I think for this to have been that long, it's past due. Mm-hmm. It's way past due. And I hate that it's come to this where someone's feeling that the need to talk about it and, get their mind, I guess their conscience, free their conscience. Mm-hmm. It's unfortunate that it's been so long and now we're just now kind of, I guess, reopening up the case. Mm-hmm. It's just, other murders have been solved quicker than this, so I feel like there were way too many eyes. There were way too many, if there were cameras, things that could have just been able to lead to an arrest or something, So that to me is my biggest thing. But also with that being said, I feel like knowing that maybe these big names like Diddy being involved, that's probably why there's been 27 years of not hearing anything, because just knowing how these influential people, they don't want to go down on a sinking ship. So they're going to cover up, do this, can't stop, won't stop, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? So to me, I look at it like it's one of those moments where someone in a position of power is able to cover up what potentially happened, the truth, So it's like fighting against the powers that be. So
I think the reason why it's so people of power of higher standards, pretty much the gatekeeper. I feel like Diddy is a gatekeeper of the industry in some type of aspect, just because he's been in the game for over 30 years. He's connected with all the higher ups and everything. So I think that's why it's so easily to cover up certain things. Mm-hmm. And just a few days ago, I believe it was 2 days ago, he posted on Instagram of him singing in his hotel Elton John. I don't know if y'all know that song, I'm Still Standing. And everybody in the comments was blowing it up like, yo, like, enjoy it now, bless you.
Thank you.
Enjoy it now because you're gonna be in jail. Just saying all types of things, and I think he's really feeding off of
Publicity?
publicity and feedback off of that whole situation. And he even said, if you don't have nothing but love to say to me, don't call me, don't text me. I would just want nothing but love. But me personally, I really feel like the chicken's coming home to roost.
Yeah.
Bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's that whole situation. And I'm even shocked because Suge Knight was in the car with Tupac and TMZ called Suge Knight while he was in jail just about his whole point of view on that whole Keefe D situation. And he said he wouldn't even testify. And it wasn't Keefe D or Orlando Anderson that shot him. That's what he said. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a whole mess, bro. It's a whole mess. And I grew up in the era of the OGs don't say nothing. The OGs keep the streets in the streets, keep the entertainment in the entertainment. And I'm just confused of just how like an old head like himself would even feel comfortable to talk about the whole situation. So I don't know what's going to end up with Keefe D, but me personally, I just pray that the whole Shakur family and everybody get justice.
No, yeah, that's what they deserve the most. I mean, it's like you said, man, a lot of people talking, bro. Like, we've all seen it, what happens when you talk too much. And so, people don't learn. They just like the publicity. The fame gets to their head and they feel like they have a special opinion about something when it don't really mean nothing, to be honest with you. You just gotta be quiet, bro. Like, that's it. Just my message the other day is be quiet. Damn. For real.
Shut your mouth.
Please.
Shut your mouth, fool.
That's it.
The game's to be sold, not told.
That is it.
I feel you on that. I feel you. Keisha.
I mean, but there are so many things too, though, like that people say, like, shut your mouth, don't snitch, don't say anything. And then we go down this like spiral, like, of, the hood's quiet, everybody's saying nothing, no justice is being served, and so then we have something like this, So that's why to me, I am like, I get it, be quiet, but I just feel like this is one of those things that has allowed hip hop to be so dangerous. Yeah. And, it just kind of started in that, like, now hip hop and violence is just connected,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like if you're an upstanding American citizen, definitely let the authorities know what's up, or let whoever know what's up, because at the end of the day, you have a family to provide for and protect. So I get it, but if you're involved with the streets, of course, you much more at a higher risk just because you are in the streets and you chose that type of lifestyle.
Yeah.
And if it takes for you to protect your family and provide for your family to be quiet, even at the harshest situations, then do what you do. You know what I'm saying? But it's a choice. It's either you communicate, talk, expose, or you just be quiet. And I understand the both sides of the coin when it comes to that. Definitely agree with you though. That's that whole situation of him even having that case, Tupac having that case for 27 years unsolved, definitely comes from the whole street lifestyle of just not snitching and not talking and everything like that. That's pretty much the double-headed sword. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what I really want to know is what y'all think. Where y'all think Jada was that night?
Oh shit.
Where y'all think she was?
I don't know. What
you seen the picture? They say she was in the car.
Man, stop it.
Oh my God. I saw that
it.
picture. I was like, now the internet, they need to be cut off today, because that picture was hilarious. The picture when it was Tupac, in the car, and they have put like her head popped up as if she was in.
First it was in the back seat, but then it was in front of Tupac, looking like she was,
right
talking in the microphone.
That shit funny,
that was so funny. I was laughing because I feel like she has been spilling her guts lately in terms of talking about how much she cared and loved this man. It's like almost like kind of crazy to me that she's like, confessing her love, and then you find out that her and Will have been separated for what, 7 years?
7
I think
years.
that they said.
Yep.
I'm like,
2017. Yep.
I was like, wait, what is going on? What is happening in the world? Because she's going on a tour. It seemed like a world tour, trying to talk about, everything that has to do with, Tupac and her love for him, and then how they're not together. I'm just confused.
Well, she recently said that, when Tupac was locked up, and I believe it was in 93 when Me Against the World was at the #1 hit in the world, he proposed to her. So I'm not sure that's true or not, but
didn't she say something about him having alopecia as well?
That was the most random shit. Like, she's gonna put the man on blast. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do we really have to know that?
No, for real. Like, I'm confused. So what do you guys think though? Would you ever, if you ever had a significant other that you guys were together and they had someone that they fell in love with before you guys got together and they passed away, do you give them the space to have that deep love connection with them? Or do you feel like you're not competing with a ghost? Like, what do you guys think about that?
It's crazy you say that because, as y'all know, I'm engaged and I have a future wife ahead of me. But one of my best friends, for pretty much 24 years, recently passed, and she was my first love. Mm-hmm. She was my first love. And my fiance knows about my first love and everything. And I pretty much put it out all on the table. Yep, she was this, that, and the third. But I left it at that. I didn't make it seem like, she was literally the person I was supposed to be with and everything like that. Me and her had a strong connection. But as we grew up, we grew apart, but we always had that respect for one another. So I definitely, it's like I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out with Jada Pinkett, because I definitely understand, like, if you think that was your soulmate, I get it. But if you have a whole nother family, if you're married, if you got kids and all this stuff like that, in a whole different situation, okay, I get it if you say one time, look, that's what it was, da-da-da. But if you keep on driving it in somebody's head, that tells me a lot about the type of person you are and what type of situation you're trying to do. Because understand, and I'm not saying all women are like that, but, certain women thrive off of their emotions. Their emotions take hold of them. And she's been separated from Will for 7 years. So maybe, I'm not sure, maybe she's throwing a few jabs out there towards the whole, Will Smith situation and everything like that. Maybe because, I remember when she had a video in Will Smith's face, saying, look at this foolishness, da-da-da. And Will Smith looked so disturbed, like, yo, this is my bread and butter. You're not supposed to be filming me without asking me. So it seems like she's very, in a sense, controlling in a way, and keep on pressing a button for it to just pretty much fade away with their whole little relationship and everything like that. So all I'm saying is, it kind of sort of makes sense, but I hope it's not true. The fact that she's just trying to be like, this the man I wanted you to be. This the man I'm attracted to. This the man, that is my soulmate towards Will Smith. I hope that's not the case, but, they said they working it out. They said they separated. They don't even live with each other, but they don't want a divorce. They don't want a divorce. They trying to work on it.
They're working on it.
Blah.
I don't know how they were able to keep that a secret for that long, for 7 years.
I don't think it was a secret though.
I've never heard that before.
I mean, we knew
them being
was
separated.
Yeah, because she was with August Alsina, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, that's cool. They have to be separated."
But I thought that they had an open relationship.
Same thing. What's the difference?
Which is not the same as separation.
Nah,
I feel like
it's not.
It really isn't.
No, marriage. Okay, so married and separated and then divorce, those are 3 different things, right? So separation is usually what you do before you get a divorce, because I think you have to prove to the court, like, we tried to work it out, whatever. I don't know. That's what I think, from what I understand. And then, but having an open relationship is we're still together, we're married, and actually, like,
It's no different from what, swingers? Or
Yeah,
something?
we're
It's
swingers,
no-
exactly.
If you're separate,
Swingers,
in my
I thought-
eyes, if
Or
you're
poly or
separate,
something, you
you
know.
basically.
And that's what, you know,
It's the
what's funny
same
is actually
thing.
what Keisha done said is about today. So
Uh-oh.
we're gonna get into
Lord.
that.
Oh, Lord.
But no,
Oh, wow.
seriously, like I felt like I remember them having like being swingers or open relationship, but I didn't think that that was them being separated.
Right.
So that's why I didn't know that. It was a shock to me. Gail, you got all the scoop. So I you know,
Well, I mean, yeah.
there's that.
First,
Okay.
to piggyback what you saying earlier, could I deal with a ghost? Basically, is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on the female, right? Does she have clarity? What I mean by that is, does she understand that I am her right now? You know what I'm saying? I understand what you had before, but can you allow me to fill in that space? And do I fill in that space? You know what I'm saying? You can absolutely mourn and, you know what I'm saying, have thoughts about the other one. But do you understand that I am the man now? You know what I'm saying? So as long as you have that and you understand that, that's fine. With the whole situation, Jada could do whatever Will allows her to do, obviously, right? Like if he's fine with it, obviously she's going to do it, and he's obviously fine with it. I can't, you know, I can go far into it, but Will, at the end of the day, is cool with it all. You know what I'm saying? He's standing by her side when it comes to the books. He's always saying that he supports her in everything she does. I can't say anything else. You know what I'm saying? Like I can, in my situation, it's a lot of things that, you know, I probably wouldn't do, but at the same time, I don't have the money that they got. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the relationship that they got. They've been together for how long? They got 2 kids. They both grown. They both successful. Whatever they got, they formula, it's kind of working. I mean, he slapped somebody on stage, bro, at the Oscars.
Right. That's what I was gonna say too, right?
And it's like, you know,
Keep my wife.
her
name.
reaction was like, why did he do that? And everybody's like, why is she not respecting that? And it's like, that's just what they got going on. It's
Now
been
we
like
know.
that. You know what I mean? I can't really.
She was confused. She recently said that on an interview.
Yeah.
She was confused about that whole situation because they haven't called each other husband and wife for 7 years. You know? And she was just like pretty much out of it. She was like, I just don't understand why he would do that. Even Chris Rock pulled Jada to the side. Look, I ain't mean no harm about it. And she was like, look, Chris, this is some old shit that we gotta get together. So allegedly, Chris Rock tried to
You try to holler at her. Back in the day when he first heard about the allegations.
Yeah, 7 years ago when he heard about her and
being
Will's,
available.
yeah, and tried to take her out on a dinner and everything like that.
And
So
then he went,
so Will
how you
was
gonna wonder
like-
why you got slapped, bro? Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Yeah.
So he.
If that's true, like, come on, dog. You can't be sitting up there like, woe is me. You know what I'm saying?
oh my
Like,
god, I can't believe
you-
that she
you
would
was
do
kinda-
that. Will.
Right.
you know why you got slapped.
Yeah.
Now Chappelle said that. I bet Chappelle wouldn't have got slapped.
no, no.
Because Chappelle wasn't trying to holler at Jada like that
Right.
back in the day. So
And
now
it's-
you know why you got slapped. You
And
feel
it's
me?
so crazy to me because I feel like I've been seeing a lot lately, like women or men coming out and expressing themselves why their relationship was ending and, you know, their divorce and explaining the details of like why they're not together. Some people are more forthcoming with information. Some people are not as forthcoming. So like, what do you guys think about that then? Because if there are people who are getting divorced publicly, expressing themselves publicly, do you feel like they should be trying to keep that under wraps and like just kind of just do the divorce thing and move on? Like, or do you guys feel like we should know more information or that that it's okay with sharing this information?
No, it's a privilege for us to even know about their thing. You know, it's a privilege just because I don't care how famous you are, how much money you got. If you have a relationship with somebody or whatever, you should keep that in your family. The world doesn't need to know. For what? You know, just so people can have comments and talk about whatever, and that will cause much more tension between their relationship because they'll listen to it. Not saying they will listen, but I'm just saying it could affect whatever they got going on. So me personally, I think Jada Pinkett shouldn't add fuel onto the fire just because you know what's going on right now. You know everybody, the bills is already spilled. So I just think they should keep their relationship under wraps. They've been doing a good job for a minute because I didn't know they was even separated. I know they had they swinging thing or whatever, but I didn't know they was actually separated for 7 years. And me personally, the reason why I feel like they're not getting a divorce, I read Will Smith's book. He said once he married, he just want to stay where he at, which is understandable. Jada Pinkett considered a divorce, but she could never
Go
do
through with
it.
it.
Yeah, go through it. It's too much money involved, bro. It's too much money involved. You're the face of Hollywood. Y'all build both of y'all legacies off of each other for years and years. It's just too much money is involved. It's cheaper to keep them, man.
Oh,
That's a fact.
I'm sorry.
But you said they should keep their stuff private.
Yeah.
They're not going to because they made so much money off of this.
yeah.
It's not even funny. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I mean, where they're getting audiences from everywhere. Like, her talking about Tupac is getting her so much engagement.
Yeah.
It's not even funny. Because,
Yeah.
now you bring back Tupac. Now it's, more Jada Pinkett everywhere. You feel me? Will Smith is automatically going to get a lot of... That slap got him paid too. You know what I'm saying? He slapped him. He still got paid off of that.
Yeah,
You feel me?
Indirectly, right?
Yeah, indirectly, right? And so
Mhm.
Red
Right.
Table Talk was the reason why she did that, because she knew if I tell these people about what we got going on, I'm gonna make a lot of money. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it was
I'm
like
gonna
the
tell
number.
the best told story, the
Mhm.
secrets
It was like the number
of the
one.
house.
Every single episode was like number
Mhm.
one every single week it came out, and
Mhm.
they knew this. This is the formula that they're going with. They're fine with being open with the public because that's just how they've done this for forever. You feel
Yeah.
me? So that's she's gonna keep doing that. Like I said, Will knows everything that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Even the August Alsina stuff, like he knew about all of this stuff.
Right.
We're looking at it like he's getting cheated on. He knew about this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He knows about how everything was going. So
And her book Worthy is out right now. So
yeah, I mean everything is out. I mean he knew about the book before it came. Like I said, he was there at the signing. He was there. He said he supports her and all that other stuff. So,
yeah.
Like I said, everybody got to realize like money is a factor. We talked about this last time.
Yeah.
When it came to these celebrity divorces, money is a big factor of why people stay together or act the way they do. So I'm not surprised about anything that's going on with Jada and Will right now. I mean, they've been doing it for years. So
I'm like, who they gonna date afterwards anyway?
I mean, Will can date whoever he wants. Jada can date whoever she wants. Let's be honest.
But like, let's be for real. Like, who are they gonna date afterwards anyway?
I mean, he might pull out. He might do a Michael Jordan, get him a little. You know what I'm saying? A little fine, little ting, you know what I'm saying?
Little
he
ting.
can pull up, you know what I'm saying? Margot. Let's go back to Margot right quick. You feel me?
Margot Robbie?
Yeah.
I say we call it spade for spade, man. Shoot, he look. Jada Pinkett done messed around with August Alsina.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think, he has
Will definitely didn't.
Yeah.
Come on now.
They not getting divorced. We might as well just go ahead.
Will's way more reserved than she is. Like,
Right.
Way more reserved. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's been in the game for a long time. Like
He really has.
and he has no like flaws other than the slap for real. Like he's slick now. Don't get it. You know what I mean? Like everybody looking at Will like, what? Oh, Will.
He's still from Philly.
But no,
Trust me now.
Yeah.
Will out here doing his. You know what I'm saying? Like
He's
how to-
definitely been solid for
moving.
years, though.
Yeah.
Like honestly, that's one thing I will say about Will is his career. He's always had like roles that were either inspirational or that were like challenging. You seeing a Black man in a different role like this, doctor, or him being a superhero. It was
Yeah,
a superhero
exactly.
at that, but
Yeah.
we ain't gonna get into that. But that, like, he's the ladies' man. He's had
he's a
like
ladies' man, hero,
wide,
all of that. Yeah.
a wide variety of roles that he's played. And so I think it's just, he's had a blemish-free career for a minute.
Mhm.
That slap was
I
something.
don't trust no actors, yo. Like they're actors. Remember this. Everybody has to remember this. They are actors. Do not take what you see and then, you know what I'm saying, come up with your own conclusions, but be careful because I'm telling you, a lot of it's fabricated anyway. So,
Yeah.
Well, that's that, man.
Another long career. Let's talk about another long career.
This part of the segment I want to get into artist spotlight. For one, I just want to. I got two artists today. For one, I want to talk about Missy Elliott. We all grew up on Missy Elliott.
Missy, Miss Demeanor Elliott.
Oh man, mad dope. Look, she looks. I ain't even gonna hold you.
She looks better now.
She-
I mean, not better,
better
but like
now.
I'm like
Yeah.
surprised.
She looks better. She looks way better. Better. Like,
Man.
Like her
no.
style is so different now,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, okay,
Yeah.
but it's more of my style the way she looks now. So I'm like, that's another thing too.
So shout out to her. She donated $50K to her residence. So she pretty much went to her hometown and paid past due bills for all the residents in where she grew up. And I just thought that was mad dope just because, of course, it's always good to do stuff under the table just from the heart. But if you get caught, it get caught. We can't help it. we went through the pandemic. Everybody's going through a hard time. All the prices going up and everything. So I just think more celebrities and people that do have it should give. You don't have to be a celebrity. If you have it, and if you know somebody, whatever, I just think that's all good, just to provide for another family and just help them out a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. You can't take the money with you, so you might as well give it to the person that could do something with it. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Missy Elliott, and I hope many other celebrities do that, at least in their hometown. You know what I'm saying? So also we have Drake. Now, I hope y'all know, and I want to know y'all perspective on this one too. Drake is neck to neck with Michael Jackson as a male artist, solo number ones. How do y'all feel about that? What y'all think about Drake now?
Okay, well, first of all, so I grew up watching Degrassi, and so when Drake was Jimmy,
yeah,
had my heart, okay? Like, I'm talking, like, I will watch, he would be in the wheelchair, and I still loved him then. I really, I grew up on Drake. Like, I mean, Aubrey. I grew up on Aubrey. So, to me, even when he was saying sorry, because that's what they say in Canada. And so I was just I really felt so in love with this man. I love him. And so, but I also love Michael Jackson. And so to me, it was tough for me. But to me, Michael, I'm he's here. Okay. This is to me, to know that someone could surpass him. And even with the love that I have for Drake, I'm I still don't want it to be the case. I still don't want him to surpass Michael, because I feel I feel when you experience, I never got to go to a Michael Jackson concert, but I feel if Michael Jackson was alive and he was performing, I feel I would be passing out at the concert.
You will.
I know I will, because I literally work myself up on just the music videos that he has. So I know if I was at the concert, I would have been passed out in the first 30 seconds of him coming on stage. And so to me, I'm that's golden. Don't touch it, cannot move past that. I've been to a Drake concert and I didn't feel the same way. You know what I mean? And even with the love that I have for him, but I don't want anyone to surpass Michael. I don't.
Shout out to Chris Brown and Kendrick, because I believe they were about to beat a record of Michael Jackson or whatever, but they said they could never compare to that. I wouldn't be alive or even doing this without Michael Jackson. They said, look, I don't want to be over Michael Jackson. You have celebrities literally saying, I don't want to surpass another celebrity, which is respectable, because again, I agree with Keisha. Never been to a Michael Jackson concert, never did none of that. But I remember being a kid with some socks on and trying to do the moonwalk and trying to do all the steps. I even learned the Thriller moves. I'm ready for Halloween this year. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's with that type of with that type of just popularity and just stardom, it's so real. But Drake, definitely love what he's doing for the culture and everything like that. I love early Drake though. Me personally, I love early Drake. Today's Drake, cool, but November 13th, Unstoppable, Young Money Drake and all of that. That's my dude right there.
Well, I remember when I first got introduced to Drake. I remember him being on Degrassi. I never watched Degrassi, but I remember they saying, "Oh yeah, that dude off of Degrassi, he rapping now."
I never watched Degrassi.
Everybody was saying that.
I only see one episode when he got shot by the nerd.
Yeah, that's the main one.
I even watched him do videos where he was in the studio transitioning into Drake. I remember seeing those videos.
Okay.
Yeah, I was.
But yeah, with him, it's I thought he was gonna be corny. I ain't gonna lie. But after hearing those records, I was like, okay, he can really rap. He's really a student of the game.
About something.
Yeah, he's really a student of the game. So I'm like, okay, let's see how this goes. And he started making hit after hit after hit, and he grew him. You know what I'm saying? And he grew on me in a way that I didn't expect.
Yeah.
Like I said, I grew up, like my first music was R&B. My sister put R&B onto me when I was a kid, 5 years old, 4, you know what I'm saying, 6, whatever. And that's what I was on. So this dude, he wasn't the only rapper who sang, you know what I'm saying, but he did that in a way that I've never seen anybody do it. It's the crazy thing is because I like rappers who really can't sing but can sing at the same time.
I know exactly
I can
what
sing
you
with them and not
mean.
sound bad. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I've
It's like
always
he
thought
bad
of-
too, but we both
Yes.
singing the same thing. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Drake does that perfectly, like perfectly, right? And so I'm
No
saying this.
shade, but shade.
No, for real.
but no shade.
And I say this to say that his latest album was it was the Drake formula. You find what's trending right now, and you get on top of it, right?
Right.
And so you also add in your own elements, your own
Yeah.
singing, your own rapping, the best of your rapping, some of the best of your own singing,
Yeah.
while also putting in the trendy stuff at the same time. It's literally the Drake formula in this last album. It might be my favorite album, and I know a lot of people don't like it because it's a lot of new stuff.
Come
you know what
on,
I'm saying?
man.
It's a lot of the new hip hop. A lot of people don't like that. But like I said, I'm a fan of the singing. I'm a fan of the rapping at the same time and all that stuff. I'm a huge fan of just his formula. Not without all the commercial, without all the allure of who Drake is. I just think it's a masterpiece. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. So I get why, but I wouldn't use Billboard as, oh yeah, he's on Michael's level. No. Michael's a global phenomenon. We're
Right.
talking about sold out stadiums in Italy, in the UK.
1,500
Africa.
faints a night.
It doesn't matter. Like we're talking
Man.
about a dude who couldn't even go to
He's-
he couldn't
that's
even
what
go
I'm
to
saying.
an NBA game because he would shut it down just by being in the building.
Man.
He was not allowed to go in those places like at all.
Man.
He can't even walk around in public for real. Like he's literally a walking, what do you call that? When riot. Like he's a walking riot, bro. Like for
Yeah.
real. So we're talking, and he was doing this in a time where we didn't have social media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't have streaming.
Yeah.
These are digital, not even digital sales. These are physical sales,
Yeah.
physical disc sales. And he was on another level. So we can't, it's cool that he met the Billboard standard, but nobody will ever meet the solo standard of Michael Jackson.
Plus, I
That's just
think that thing kind of sort of rigged in a sense. Me personally, I just think it's kind of sort of
well, yeah, because they're adding like merch sales and
yeah.
all these other, I forgot whatever.
Not
word.
knocking the whole thing, because if you
No, if you
nothing
hit
that-
Billboard, like, shout out to you. That's still a massive achievement, but it's
Right,
not the same
right.
as it was back in the day. You know what I mean? So,
Facts.
but like I said, I respect his artistry completely. People kind of like use his status as like, oh, he's not all that. He is one of the best rappers we have today, and I don't care what. It's just a fact. You know what I'm saying? Bars, lyricism, meaning, whatever. If you listen to this man rap, he is top 3 right now. So you can't knock his talent. And like I said, he's a student of the game. I respect his genius. I respect how he crafts his albums, his music. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? I think it's deserved. I think if it's anybody, it's him because he was able to really find that way to make it to the top and meet that man. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, man. Shout out to Drake and all his accomplishments and everything like that. I want to go to Word on the Street. You know what I'm saying? So, Kel, what you got for me?
So today's Word on the Street is a little bit, it's always different because Word on the Street is just different, right? Like I'm just trying to give y'all information that y'all might not have heard of or you heard a little bit about but don't know anything about. But I want to keep this one short because this one is way more serious than the other ones because it's about something that's going on overseas, something that is not affecting, well, it is affecting America, it's affecting the world, but we don't really feel it. Some of us in the Black community don't, some of us do. And it is the Israel-Palestine conflict. Let's be honest, a lot of us in the Black community don't know what's going on with Israel and Palestine. And you might be wondering, why should I care, right? Well, this is about global conflicts in general that happen across the country. I mean, across the world. It's a lot of things that we don't understand, and we might see it, and then when you see two sides beefing, whether it's Bloods and Crips or whoever, anywhere else, you kind of want to pick a side. And this is one of those things where I'll look at comments and I'll look at people's reactions, and with this particular conflict, if it's really hard to pick a side because this conflict is going on for years and really historically, almost like 1,000 years. I want to say for a very long time, based on territory, based on religion, theological, ideologies. So it's hard to really say, who's wrong, who's right. But what I do know is, and I'll give you a summary. Hamas is a Palestine organization, terrorist organization, or however you want to say it, and they had attacked Israel. Land, sea, and air, and what happened? These are conflicts. They've been doing this for years. Not just Hamas, but other organizations inside Palestine, but also Israel doing the same thing to Palestine and the Gaza Strip. This has been going on, like I said, currently in the modern era for 75 years, but it's been a long-standing conflict for a very long time for territory. And I can literally go an hour about this, but what I want to say is, with these terrorist attacks, with the comebacks from Israel and how they handle it, the real victims are the citizens on both sides, in Israel and Palestine. The people who are in the Gaza Strip, the impoverished people who are in the Gaza Strips who don't have food and water, to the civilians out in Israel who are just trying to live their life and don't want anything to do with the conflict, just want peace. The point is that however they're trying to resolve the conflict is just not the correct way to do it. They're using brute force, both sides. And like I said, the reason why it's really hard to pick a side is because this goes back into theological principles, like what they believe in. One side is highly Muslim, one side is highly Jewish, and they both believe that God has given them a piece of land that is rightful, that they feel like is rightfully theirs. And so it's really hard to add in a logical standpoint into a theological standpoint. You get what I'm saying? So when you pick a side, you're really going against somebody's views of God. And so, like I said, once again, my main statement to the audience is to do your research. Think about what you're saying before you see it, because you might be influenced by your friends saying free Israel or free Palestine, and you don't even know what's going on. Like I said, this is probably the biggest conflict in the world that we have right now. And so just do your research. I know I say this every single word on the street, but this one for real, before you say anything and you don't know what's going on and you're just looking at highlights and you're looking at headlines, I see celebrities picking their side, and it's like, you really can't. I swear you can't. It's just too complex, and you don't have any money in the pot to even say anything. So just make sure that you understand what's going on both sides, and then pray for the civilians. You know what I'm saying? That's going on, because they don't deserve none of that. They're literally in a situation with two sides that don't know how it's going to end. A government like the U.S. don't know how it's going to end. The reason why we're in it is because we have an alliance with Israel, and that's been long-standing. That's the only reason why. And even Biden has come out with support for Palestine in this situation while having an alliance with Israel, because he knows that it's damn near impossible to figure out how this conflict is going to end. So just be very informed about this particular conflict is my main thing. And pray for the civilians, dog. It's a wild situation out there, yo.
I can't even imagine just growing up in that type of situation. You know what I'm saying? I seen a few videos of, I believe, a father holding his child, his baby girl, like, with just dust, like built concrete residue all over her and everything like that. So I can't even imagine. We take certain things for granted,
bro. So much. It's not even funny. Like, it's for real.
When I see certain people complaining about this, that, and the third, it's like it could always be worse. Yeah. It could always be worse. So I definitely want to send my prayers out to both sides, because I don't know the whole conflict thing like that, but I just want peace on both sides, man. Nobody else need to die.
Yeah. World peace for sure.
Yeah.
I know it seems like such a crazy concept to me, so far-fetched, to have world peace, but it's definitely something that I hope we could eventually see and strive for. And especially because I know this is America is going to get involved in some way. So, I just pray that all of the soldiers, the troops that we even have on our end, I pray and watch over them, because my brother's in the military. So I always just think, like, I'm always texting him, like, what's going on? Are you okay? Like, how does this impact you? So that's why it matters to me. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Word.
Yeah. Oh, it's heavy. That is very, very, very heavy. Yeah. It's almost hard to switch gears sometimes when you have these moments because you think like, oh my goodness, this is so heavy. But I do think it will benefit us to kind of lighten the mood a little bit and have a little bit of fun with Keish Done Said It. So, but I do know, I send my prayers to everyone who's involved and anyone that can be impacted negatively. I pray that it does not happen. So, whew, it's heavy. But I'm gonna text my brother after this.
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay, so we're gonna switch gears into Keish Done Said It.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yes, the last Keish Done Said It went a little crazy.
Oh man.
So I know people love this, so we're gonna get into it. Okay, so, whew, like I said, this one is interesting. Okay, so let's just get into it. I'm not even gonna go into a anything. We're just gonna start. So my boyfriend and I sometimes dabble in third-party activity. When we first started dating, I was wait. Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
Okay, wait.
Go
Sorry.
ahead.
Okay.
What do you think?
So wait. Okay, let me start all over. Okay.
All right.
My boyfriend and I sometimes dabble in third-party activity. When we first started dating, I was a big freak, pulling out all the stops. We enjoyed each other mentally, but our physical interactions were top tier. I wasn't expecting us to become a thing. I was just expecting us to have fun because I was enjoying exploring with him. He asked me to be his girlfriend, and I said yes. I was always curious to have sex with another woman, so I thought, why not try a threesome? I always took the lead in picking the partner for the night. He was just in the background. We were recently out and he started making comments on another woman's body and saying how she looked good. This rubs me the wrong way, and I have not had the desire to have any more threesomes. I want to take them off the table completely since I got my fix. How should I go about doing this?
First part.
What is that? What's
The
the
first
slow
part.
part
That's the
for?
first part. The fact of the matter is that you discovered the fountain of youth, my brother, and had somebody, your significant other, bringing other women to the playground with you. All right. Whew. Two. I don't know. I don't think she should feel some type of way, because at the end of the day, I thought we had an understanding that, you have the choice to pick them, bring them in, we have fun, and that's that. Me making a comment on whoever shouldn't make you feel any type of way, because at the end of the day, I'm going home with you. I'm paying the bills.
And her.
And
The other one.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and her. I'm going home with my girl. I'm going home with you. I'm paying the bills. I'm making sure everything's secure. All of that, So I just feel like, you shouldn't really get your emotions involved just because of a comment on another beautiful woman. Because at the end of the day, you may pick some girl that I'm not even really attracted to, but just the fact that you curious on how it is to sleep with another girl, I'm down with it, So yeah, man, I think that's not saying I would, I'm not in that situation. I can't incriminate myself like that.
Sound like you was.
But he he just living an American dream, So I just, hey, I think that's a tricky thing to get involved in. But hey, if you can get away with it, brother, go ahead and do your thing. Just make sure you know what home at and don't bring back no kids or no diseases, my brother. So court is adjourned.
It's like we talked about this earlier. Poly relationships, whatever, or swingers, threesomes, and all that. Like I said, me personally, I couldn't have a threesome with my girl. I feel like I said, I feel like any multiple relationship kind of thing, poly, whatever, something's missing. Somebody is damaged. I don't know who it is. It might be the dude, might be the female, one of the females, whatever. If you're a female and you feel like you got to share a nigga, I feel like you, in your mindset, feel like you yourself cannot fulfill that one man's need. That's weird to me. So you think you're not enough yourself? In my opinion, like that's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like you're allowing it to happen. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not getting the full you anyway. So why would I even want to have you, even if I have somebody else here too? It's just weird to me, right? And so because of that, with her like talking about it's weird for him. This is where it comes to that, where she's feeling weird about him wanting to pick another girl while she's been picking girls the whole time. What is that? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
He didn't pick her.
I'm saying, but he was commenting. That's what I'm saying. So why you're picking? He's just commenting and you're tripping. You know what I'm saying? That's where something is missing. You know what I'm saying? Like on her end, and that's why I'm like, if you would allow, like, I don't know, bro. Like when I've met females who done that, it's like I always felt like something's off. You know what I mean? Like it's not stable. There's no stability here, mentally, or you have some kind of insecurity. You feel me? And so that's where that comes in. I'm not dealing with none of that shit. So, if we are, friends, we can do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? But I can't claim you if you are wanting to explore with other people.
I got a question for our producer in the back. Shout out to the producers in the back, the whole team in the back. Brother, do you agree with Kel? Yeah, you.
Oh, you ain't gonna be able to hear me.
Oh, man. Yeah, well, y'all.
Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, he agreed with Kel. Y'all probably can't hear him, but you agree with Kel and everything like that. But I just think, me personally, that whole situation is either you understand the assignment or you don't. I feel like, I definitely agree with what you said. Something's missing. But at the end of the day, bro, like, if it works, it works. Something missing in everybody's relationship. Every relationship you go to, it's going to be something missing. Everything ain't always peaches and cream. You're going to have your disagreements on things. You're going to have your little say-sos and everything. Something is missing. But if it worked, because comedian D-Ray Davis, he has twins. And it works for him. So I don't know, bro. I think to each his own in that situation. But you shouldn't get jealous of Miss Lady for that situation. Keisha, what you think?
Were you about to say something, Gil?
Yeah, I mean, some niggas settle, bro. Like they're cool with that shit. Like they're cool with having somebody being off. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like they just really cool with that shit. Like
that's what I'm saying. I'm speaking for them brothers too.
For me. Nigga, I'm not cool with that shit. Like I said, I really, and I truly say, and I say this all the time, but I really believe this. Like when I look at a female and I think about having, you know what I'm saying, if she's my girlfriend, I really think about, okay, we have kids. Will you raise my kids to be the best that they can be? And I don't think you can do that if we're having multiple partners, bro. I don't think I would want. That's not a real stable relationship. In reality, like the probability of that being a real stable, real peaceful home and relationship with kids involved is very low. You know what I'm saying?
Agree.
Like super low. So I can't even invite that to be like a real thing. So yes, you're right. It can be on a very high rarity level. Yeah. If I'm young, you know what I'm saying? And we're not, like I said, we're not really claiming each other, you know what I'm saying? But you want to be around me and you want to be my, you know what I'm saying, my arm piece. Cool, we can do that, but I'm not claiming you. You know what I'm saying? I just being real, like.
I feel you. Shout out to the brothers out there that don't want to ever be married, because you have different people out there that don't want to be married whatsoever. And again, that might work for them. I understand what you're saying. I totally agree with what you're saying and everything like that. But I'm speaking on the other side of the coin because we always got to flip it. It's brothers out there that don't want to get married, that just want to have fun. Shout out to Boosie, by the way. And
But let me answer her, the girl. I don't think I really got to the crux of what she was talking about.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think you can trip. You picking the girls. I mean, shit. I mean, let him pick one. Shit, you know what I mean? if y'all going that way, let him pick at least one of them. I mean, you might as well. Shit, you might as well go the whole way. Don't go halfway. Go the whole way. Go all the way with it. You know what I'm saying? You pick, he pick, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be fair, at least.
Yeah, I agree.
I think for me, my advice would be for her to just break up with him. Me personally, I think
Honestly.
that she was exploring at one point, and she, like she said it, she got her fix, or like she was able to get it out of her system, and now she doesn't want to do it anymore. So I think that she needs to break up with him only because of the fact that now she has a brand new perspective and outlook on how she wants to be in her bedroom. You get what I'm saying? So to me, I feel like I don't know how often they did it or, how many times, like was it an every weekend thing? I'm not sure. So I feel like it's one of those things where she's going to have to recreate that. And I'm not sure that he's going to be respectful of that, of her change. Because like we can change if we want. Like we are human beings. We can develop over time, change over time. We only change so much, but we can change. So I feel like it's not fair that she has to say, I'm stuck in who I used to be. And now I don't have the opportunity to change into who I want to now be. That's not fair to her. So I think that if she's feeling some type of way about the relationship now and him being the one trying to, I guess, be more vocal and say what he thinks and what he wants, that's making her like realize like, I don't want this anymore. So that's okay if that's what she's feeling. Now, she invited this into her room, in her bedroom. And so that's this is what happens. Sometimes like if you invite another woman in your bedroom, you got to try to see how to get them out. So that's why, to me, I think that she definitely has to figure out whether or not she wants to keep the relationship with that man and just change his perspective and how they're interacting with one another, or she just needs to get a new relationship.
Yeah, I just hope he wasn't. I hope he wasn't like, say, straightforward. Like I hope he was straightforward at one point, and just one girl settling down. The traditional way. And I just hope that she didn't fuck up his like whole way of looking at things. Meaning like if I met you and I'm a one woman guy and you introduce me to this certain type of lifestyle, being with other women, this, that, I want to try this and I'm down with it. Then I start getting a little bit too much of that, then change my perspective on just how I go about my relationships. Then mess around and just be like, you know what, fuck this, I'm out, and I'd be like, damn, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I hope that's not the case, but I hope the brother that she's with, they could work it out and just be like, okay, you know what, we had our fun, we done. Let's just work on it. I don't think they necessarily should just dead it like that, because I think that's kind of fucked up. You invest so much into your relationship and everything, and you just be like, fuck that, I don't want this lifestyle no more, I'm done. Talk to him about it first and be like, look, I had my fun, I want to be settled down, I want to just be me and you. If he agree with it, work on it, stay with him. If he don't want to just change whatever, then I agree.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what comes with it. Like, you add that variable, now you got all these extra fucking problems you got to deal with just to get out of the shit. Like, that's too much, bro. I'm not. I like peace over bullshit. I'm sorry, bro. Like, that's just you're inviting other women, but you're also inviting other bullshit. You know what I'm saying? To pile on top of it.
And we can all agree that once you have sex with an individual, that energy and that spirit gets within you. Yeah. Because there've been times when I had a girl or whatever, and I catch myself being like the girl I just left, in a sense. Not saying I was all the way like that, but the energy, I don't know how to explain it, but I wasn't acting like no damn girl. I'm just saying, like, the energy, the certain things that she used to complain about to me, I used to complain about to my other one. It's like certain things, but yeah, I definitely agree with that, man. So,
well, we want to know what you guys think as well. So let us know in the comments below. Like, should she end the relationship with him? Should she keep it going? How did she have a conversation with this man? Because I'm curious to know what you guys think.
Most definitely. Well, you have it here. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode. What episode we on now? 9?
Yes, sir.
Sheesh. Okay. Well, thank y'all so much for tuning in, showing nothing but love and support. Please like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel. Keisha, where they can find you at?
Keish Dunn Did It. That's KeishD ONEDIDIT.
Kel.
You find me on Instagram at anyway.kely. That's Newt Kelly. You can find the production here. Nostalgia Uni ENT, and the entire podcast itself is _ or was it Bridge
The
ATL?
Bridge
Yeah,
ATL.
Bridge
Bridge
ATL,
ATL
yeah.
_ You know what I'm saying?
It's right on the bottom of the screen. You can see it right
Somewhere around here.
right there. You know what I'm saying? You can find me on Instagram, The Real DJ 9D. That's the number 9 and the letter D. Once again, thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Bridge ATL. Peace.